so we got the movie M3GAN 2.0. Is classified as a scary horror thrillerish sci-fi movie, but honestly it's anything but that. It feels like a mixed bag, but in the best possible way. It's a sequel from 2023's M3GAN, which came out in January, that shocked the entire world and was critically and commercially acclaimed. It loses some of that scary horror thrillerish vibes and trades in for a little bit of flair, comedic, and action adventure stuff, which doesn't find the quite balance of it for this particular movie. But honestly, if you can get behind the direction, you will have a great time. If you've seen the discourse online, most of the people are calling it a campy version of Terminator 2, which I've never seen Terminator 2, but yeah, that's the thing that people are talking about. 2 years have passed since the destruction of M3GAN and the events of the first film. Now Gemma, an AI leader industry, faces a grave new threat. Her best creation, M3GAN's technology has been stolen to create Amelia, a more scary and deadly foe, but absolutely attractive. To attack this new threat, we must resurrect M3GAN, giving her upgrades to make her faster, stronger, slender, smarter, and probably taller, which therefore makes her sassier, definitely since the first movie. Has she really learned anything in the past 2 years? Did she really get older, not just in terms of her body, but also her mindset? And will they be able to take down Amelia before Amelia can take down them? Find out as we talk about it. When the first one came out, it was well regarded and beloved by so many, including me. It came out in January, so it was really weird that this one came out in July, since the first one had a perfect season to come out. It's a brand new year. There wasn't really coming out. It's cold, it's wintry, it's perfect for sci-fi, scary AI movies, since AI back then was getting like to the mainstream. I mean, it's mainstream now, but this, when it came out, it really shocked the entire world, as I told you before. So when I heard there was a sequel, I instantly perked up and got excited, although it's unfair that the treatment that this movie had, because scary technology can be terms daunting in terms of AI and also being incorporated into a doll. This release strategy is really weird, and the reason why this video is taking so long, because this movie shared the same weekend as F1. So F1 just leveled up my cinematic masterpiece experience, so that's why I had to do all the review for that one first and this one second. This feels really weird. M3GAN, like I told you, came out in January. For this to come out in the hot, steamy, sweaty season of summer just doesn't feel right. Remember when Escape Room came out in 2019 in January, and then the sequel, which still was awesome but didn't do a lot of money in the box office, came out in the summer? I get it, the delays, the shutdowns, and COVID, but still, it's like, damn, dude, these two movies, the reason why I give you this analogy is this: Escape Room was an amazing series. M3GAN, yeah, they fumbled the ball with the second one. It's like when they're playing football, they fumbled it. You didn't even get the ball back. The other team has the ball. This is how this movie feels like, to be very honest with you. So Gemma, after the 2 years, she took this as an opportunity. After the events of the first film, she is the leading industry and seeing this as a positive, writing her book, being a positive force for robotics and AI. Catherine McGraw is older now, you physically, and you see that, which is awesome, because I think one of the quotes in the movie was like, we're not supposed to be on our devices, and my aunt, which is Gemma, she takes it away, so leaves her free for other opportunities such as karate or kung fu. So I love that, because you still see her in this grown-up sense, kind of being like a teenager, but she's also defending herself, which is I love. She's smart, but also defending herself, which is great. But you can't undeniably be mistaken that she still feels the longing and the missing of the M3GAN doll, or she just had a big impact into it in the first movie, you know? She still kind of wants that, but she kind of wishes things were different. I mean, you kind of see that, which this child actor plays in such a great time to do that. It doesn't take long for the crew to get back together into the mix. But basically, M3GAN, instead of feeling like an outsider, she feels like in the team corporate dynamic, trying to team up together or plan everything to destroy Amelia, which is very a tonal shift, a bizarre one. So let's talk about the most important thing, M3GAN. You actually don't see her in the doll form until like midway point through the movie. Before that, you just see her and hear her with the amazing same voice actress with technology like synthesizer behind it. As you see in front of the trailer, she definitely gets an upgrade, and she is the star of the show. She's taller, she has grown, she's faster, she's slender, she's sleeker, and she's wiser. And I'm paraphrasing here. There's a scene where she's talking to somebody, which I'm not gonna spoil it for you. She says, I know what I did younger was bad, but I was a kid, which is kind of surprisingly true. I mean, she was a kid in the first movie, now she's grown up a little bit. She's like, I was upset, I was a kid, I was younger back then, and I've learned from that. I mean, yeah, to be very honest, I mean, yeah, she's threatened to kill Gemma and, like, you know, save Katie, but still, it's like, I don't know if that's the best excuse, but still, that's a valid response. She was younger. I'm not going to lie, as much as I love love that she's older now. And I think I'm one of the few people that actually love that she's older. Her face still feels weird. I think they wanted to change her face, and then Megan's like, no, if you change my face, I'll cut yours. Like, she wants that face, which of course she grew up with that, you know? So I'm like, all right, you know what? She's older now. Now she gets to actually match Catherine McGraw's character, which is in teenager years, which is awesome because they play off of each other. Not as quite as much as the first one did, you know, but still nonetheless, just it's a little bit of there, but it's still a little bit off-putting. Maybe you could have made the face a little bit older, but it just felt like they took the face from the first one, maybe slender it a little bit and gave her a teenager body, which still feels bizarre. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, oh my god, what are they doing? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a futuristic cyberpunk neon house music martini type dude, so I'm kind of presupposed to liking this movie because of the technology aspects. I know the critics and the audience are totally two different things, but the audience is sitting healthily at 81%. It does deviate a lot from the first installment. It's a big comedic nature in terms of tonal shift, but also adding a little bit of action adventure stuff. I can understand why some people might feel betrayed, or they might be liked. They should have doubled down what they did in the first movie with keeping her older. Even though I like Emilia, the actress that plays her, she's like the older robot. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she's gorgeous. I mean, I love her. She's just evil, you know? She doesn't have that dynamic that Megan did in the first movie had, you know, in terms of like bonding with humans, you know, maybe falling for somebody, or I mean, that sounds weird, but like falling for like Katie because she's like, oh, I gotta protect her at all costs, but it was kind of a little bit of twisted and stuff. Some of the amazing plot points that the first movie had, they're elevated here, not in terms of like elevation, in terms of acting or making it better. They just make it more comedic or flair in terms of action adventure stuff. So there's a convention going on. The way Megan looks is cool. Neon glass, beautiful attire, aesthetics is like punk rock, whatever, like, but still cyberpunkish enough. Like, she has this purple thing with like, I'm looking at it right now with like the glasses. She looks great, and she still has the amazing dance number like the first one did, but just like more like lively, you know? The first one did, she was like campy, she's dancing. She still has that here. She also has that bizarre running effect where she does it on the ground, but not as scary and feels more comedic. The last act of the movie is just bonkers. It's basically her fighting Emilia, and it's weird because it feels like a mystery sci-fi thrillerish now. The whole team, Megan used to be on the outside, but Megan's not. She's in the team now. And it's like, what the hell? You can't help deny, like, this is a different tonal shift. Like, yeah, I get it that the whole team, and with Megan incorporated, feels a little bit weird taking down Emilia, but it's like, and then you see in the trailers her hand-to-hand combat, which is just bonkers, to be honest with you. She does have some tension with Allison's character, which is Gemma, based on what happened in the first movie. Excuse me. And it's cool because Megan still has that amazing singing song, which it's not as good as Titanium as the first movie. On the flip side, it's cool to see Megan still trying to connect with Katie McGraw's character, although still from the first movie she says, I won't let anything harm you ever again. So she's still trying to be protective of Katie, and there's some scenarios where she's like too protective of Katie. She's like, oh, this is my prime directive, I just need to keep you safe. And Katie kind of knows that because she tells Allison, or Gemma's character, you promise to be there but not keep me safe. So there's a big like struggles in terms of dynamics with the team composition. Look, at the end of the day, if you can get behind the direction of this movie, you'll have a good time. But even for me, it's like, I'm okay with the direction shift, but I still feel kind of betrayed. I reiterate what I told you before. You should have doubled down what made the first movie so great, being scary-ish, horror, and thriller-ish, but keeping Megan a little bit older, which I absolutely love. It's kind of bizarre that this movie, just everything about it, just, I feel like it's out of touch note, or out of spoken response that the developers had, you know, like when you're playing video games. I mean, some of the new gadgets are cool, but yeah, I can't help to feel that this is a mixed bag, but in the best possible way. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a C+. This is definitely not better than the first movie, but like I told you before, if you can get behind the direction, you'll have a good time. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.